It is Friday before the 49ers face off against the Philadelphia Eagles, which means we are finally getting our final practice reports of the week. And because of the time difference, that means, of course, we are going to get the Eagles updates first. And we have some big news regarding some players who are practicing and who are not. Let's start with the player who has returned to practice today. That is tight end Dallas Goedert, who's actually missed the last couple weeks with what I believe is a fractured forearm. Obviously, a huge threat in the middle for that offense, who has really good outside weapons in AJ Brown and Devonta Smith. But when you are able, and if they are able to add Dallas Goedert back into the mix, that means that they add another prong basically into their skill positions that can be effective over the middle of the field. Now, Goder, I believe, spoke to media after this practice today and hasn't been officially cleared for play. He specifically said in his mind he's ready to go, but he hasn't been cleared by doctors. So we're not out the weeds yet. We don't know exactly if Dallas Goder is going to play. Again, he's probably angling for this and he's trying to play. And if he's good to go, I imagine he'll play. So the fact that he put in a practice today after being out for the last couple weeks, I think speaks to him chomping at the bit to get ready and go for this game. So that's a big get for the Eagles offense, especially getting a tight end of his caliber. That is going to be a big addition for them if they get him back for this game. But like I said, we don't know just yet. However, there are two players that did not practice at all this week, and this could have huge implications to the Eagles' defense. And let's start with the strength of the Eagles' defense, arguably their entire team, their defensive line. We know how stout their defensive line is. We know how many weapons they have up there, and their most, I would say, veteran presence up front in Fletcher Cox, who has been one of the most dominant interior defensive tackles in this league, did not practice today. And that makes it three practices on the week that Fletcher Cox did not participate in, which really puts his availability in doubt. Now, we've seen it before where players don't practice throughout the week and they play on Sundays, but it does officially put him in doubt for playing this game. And if they cannot have Fletcher Cox on the interior of that defensive line, that is a huge, huge, huge situation for them because he does a phenomenal job of really anchoring that interior. And that really affects a lot of different things if they aren't getting that same type of pressure on the inside. Now, obviously, they have a really good young talent in Jalen Carter, but still, Fletcher Cox not being in that lineup would pose issues for the Eagles. So we will see if he actually is a game day active or if he is inactive. So one of the things that we'll continue to monitor, and as well, linebacker Zach Cunningham, who has been their starter, is out. So, or not officially out. We'll get official game reports here, or game statuses here pretty soon. But from what it's being reported out of the Eagles camp, is that Zach Cunningham has missed his third practice of the week, same as Fletcher Cox. So that puts his availability in serious doubt. And having two key defensive players out in the center of your defense could pose problems. Now, we know Nolan Smith is on IR. That would mean Christian Ellis would have to step in for Zach Cunningham. He's a second-year player out of Idaho. Only has 9 tackles this season. So it will be very interesting to see how the undrafted free agent would fill in for Zach Cunningham. But like I said, that would pose a problem for the Eagles defense. So it's going to be very interesting to see what these final reports are coming out of today's practices. Obviously, what we're looking for Well, I guess we're not really necessarily looking for because we did get our answer yesterday. Eric Armstead, who's missed the last 2 days with practice, did say he plans on playing. So he put any potential questions to rest regarding that. So we're really just waiting for final game statuses, who's out, who's in, who's doubtful, who's questionable. And as soon as that comes out, we will share it with you. But this is what we've got from the Eagles side of things. And that's they got some questions for sure. Obviously, I'm of the mindset I want both teams at full health. No excuses type of mentality. If they can have Fletcher and Zach Cunningham, that would be ideal in my opinion. But if they can't, that's obviously a big loss for them. So it is what it is. I think one of the things that we're waiting to see is who's going to be starting at right guard. I'm sure that will be a game time situation. 49ers aren't going to divulge that information if they don't have to. So we'll see if it's going to be Feliciano or Spencer Burford. Spencer Burford, the last 2 days, has put in 2 limited participations in practice. So he should be able to go. But it will be very interesting to see what the 49ers opt to do in that regard. So still some things that need to go down today, and we will see how everything continues to evolve and come out when it's all said and done. So let me know what you guys think about this news. Let me know what you think about these guys potentially missing and all that stuff. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.